Historic Ithaca presents the Cascadilla Boathouse Preservation Project, a Jon Reis Photography production. Welcome to Historic Ithaca. Since 1966, we have been promoting and preserving the built environment through education, advocacy, and action. Along with our salvage store, Significant Elements, we promote sustainability, value our buildings, our landscapes, and our historic sites, and engage the community through tours, lectures, educational programs, workshops, and the delivery of preservation services. We're located in Tompkins County in our beautiful namesake city of Ithaca, New York. In our delivery of preservation services, we were the grant administrator for the Cascadilla Boathouse Restoration Project, along with the City of Ithaca, New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation, and other partners. It was a wonderful private-public partnership that collaborated to preserve the Cascadilla Boathouse. Like all buildings, the boathouse has an important story to tell. The boathouse is situated along the banks of Cayuga Lake in the traditional, ancestral, and contemporary lands of the Gayo Kono. Designed in 1894 and completed in 1896, the boathouse is a shingle-style building originally constructed as a recreation and rowing facility for the Cascadilla School. Built in what was then Renwick Park along with a zoo, amusement rides, and vaudeville theater, this escape from the city was connected by trolley line. By 1915, the park closed and was leased by Wharton Studios, a silent film production company. The Cascadilla Boathouse was designed by architects Clinton Vivian and Arthur Gibbs, protégés of William Henry Miller, the first student of architecture at Cornell University. In 1921, the city of Ithaca purchased the park, renaming it in honor of then Mayor Edwin Stewart. At the time, the boathouse was privately owned but incorporated through the city's purchase. Almost demolished in 1959 after a period of neglect, the city took action and rescued their own building. Fast forward to 1991, the Cascadilla Boathouse was listed on the National Register of Historic Places, maintaining its intended use 125 years later. Today, it is still owned by the City of Ithaca and is leased by the private not-for-profit Cascadilla Boat Club, whose mission is to teach and support rowing through youth and adult classes and provides a place for individual rowers. Friends of Stewart Park is the volunteer organization spearheading the revitalization of the park, along with Wharton Studio Museum. The organizations have raised millions of dollars in support of park projects. In 2015, they commissioned a building conditions report from Kingsbury Architect for all 5 park buildings. Though considerable repair work was done over the years, the report showed additional work to the exterior was needed to ensure its longevity. The current chapter begins with the process of restoration. In 2018, Historic Ithaca wrote the winning grant awarded by the Regional Economic Development Council, the Office of the Governor, and the New York State Legislature. Funding comes from a $367,172 Environmental Protection Fund grant via the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation. The City of Ithaca, as owner, provided labor from multiple departments, but also the matching funds. The total project came to approximately $550,000. This building has seen 2 pandemics, the 1918 Spanish flu and COVID-19. Subsequently, we faced many hurdles during the preservation efforts of the last 2 years with supply shortages, but brought the building to completion with relatively minor delays. The foundation on the west side, under the boat ramp, needed repair, and after completion, the decking was rebuilt with improved groundscaping, finishes, and appropriate new hardware to the doors on the west side of the building. This created better, safer, and more secure access for the rowers and their equipment. The northwest veranda corner post was discovered to have significant rot. The needed repairs were made to the post and the second-story veranda floor. Importantly, an ADA-compliant ramp was added, which ensures accessible entry to the restrooms by all park visitors. Because the most important feature of the Cascadilla Boathouse are its shingles, many were replaced in kind, made to match the originals. A new painting scheme was chosen to reflect other historic New England shingle-style buildings, like the U.S. Tennis Hall of Fame in Newport, Rhode Island. We are very proud to say that even with supply shortages everywhere, we were only pushed out for 30 days. This would not have been possible without the unwavering efforts of our partners. This was a collaborative effort from New York State's Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation's Fred Bond, Kathleen McIsaac, Kathy Hughes, Francis Stern, and Commissioner Eric Kulisade, Deputy Commissioner Dan McKay. From the City of Ithaca, including the Common Council, Tim Logue, Jean Grace, Rob Lilly, Brian McCracken, and Mayor Svante Myrek.
How impressive a project this is. This park is for people. That's the point. So thank you very much.
In early 2020, Bero Architecture was chosen to plan and oversee the restoration project. Jennifer Ahrens was the principal architect. Chuck Bouley Jr. of Bouley Associates was hired as the general contractor. Julie Kitson, with her team at Verdigree Collective, joined the project as subcontractor and carpentry firm. Trowbridge Wolf Michaels, landscape architects James Fruchtel and Northernscapes took on the responsibility of designing the terrain. Finally, Cook Painting closed out the exterior renovation. This fantastic project was a true collaboration of public and private entities, including 4 local nonprofit organizations, Friends of Stewart Park's Rick Manning, Wharton Studio Museum's Diana Reisman, Cascadilla Boat Club's Emily Rocket, and Historic Ithaca. We had a number of reasons to celebrate throughout this project, including a 46% women business enterprise, well above the amount required by the grant. Congratulations to all involved, and thank you for your hard work. We're thrilled to preserve this iconic building on the 100th anniversary of Stewart Park and for the community. Historic Ithaca's programs are made possible by New York State Council on the Arts and the Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation with the support of the Governor's Office and the New York State Legislature, Tompkins County, the City of Ithaca, Ithaca Urban Renewal Agency, the Park Foundation, and Community Foundation of Tompkins County. Special projects this year were sponsored by the Historic Preservation Education Foundation and in part by a grant from the Daniel K. Thorne Intervention Fund of the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Most importantly, we thank you. To learn how to make your gift today, please visit historicithaca.org, and while there, take time to learn more about our organization. When in town, come visit us at Significant Elements, our architectural salvage warehouse.